Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles, and we're going to take you back to the OGs and show you why certain jeans you should still have in your collection. Even though they're kind of a forgotten about thing, they're not a big money value add jean, but they make pretty stuff, and why it's kind of important to have that in there. It is going to help you move animals when it's in there as a kicker, because it's going to make things prettier. So we're going to kind of go over some different jeans like that and show them to you and what they can do in combos. Before we get there, make sure to click like, subscribe, go check out the Patreon so you can get on our Discord. You know, all that good fun stuff. So what are we talking about today? Well, this is about as OG as it gets, right? This is a single jean pastel. This is just one that's hanging out we're going to get rid of, honestly, but this is what we're talking about. So why is pastel important? Well, let's start with the basics. Is this going to make you a shit ton of money? No. Pastel is old. It's been out forever and a day. It's a great lesson for those of you who are new in how this hobby works, or when somebody wants to talk like, oh, you don't want this jean because this one's not worth anything. Buy this jean, it's worth so much more. Pastel at one point in time was multiple thousands of dollars. I think there's old pictures floating around where single jean pastels were $3,500 to $4,000, and that was at a time when money was worth more. So it'd be like $5 or $6 grand today, right? So they did have their moment in the sun, and that's how all these jeans will work. They're going to come out and be extremely expensive for a while, and as they get more inundated in the market, there's more of them out there, supply and demand does its job, and the price comes down. Now there's a lot of supply of pastel. There's not a huge demand for pastel, but the reason I'm going to tell you still want that in there is because if you're like me, my main goal, money's a secondary goal, right? My main goal, I didn't get into reptiles because I wanted to get rich. I didn't start breeding snakes because I wanted to get rich. You know, I don't give a shit about living life on a yacht. Like, not what I care about. I wanted to make cool animals. Well, pastel is going to help me do that. So let me put this one up. This is, like I say, just a nice example of a single jean pastel. Really good flaming here. It's just a pretty one. This is about as good as it's going to get at that age. Oh, thank you, thank you. So now let's talk about what happens with pastel when you begin to combo it. So we're going to show you several snakes so you can kind of see that. We're going to start pretty simple. One of my favorites is right here. This one's an adult, and she literally just shed. So this is an adult pastel SK Xanthic. What I want you to think about when you start using pastel in your Xanthic stuff is this, right? This looks really nice, but it doesn't look near as bright as it did when it was a baby. Because that pastel and a normal ball python tends to darken with age, then they're going to darken color. So is the Xanthic, right? But when you make a pastel Xanthic, it almost ages and looks about as light as a standard Xanthic did when it was born. So this is, you know, when you have a standard Xanthic, they don't hold their colors really well. Everyone wants to complain they brown out. This is how you avoid that. So pastel should be almost the base gene in your Xanthic as well. Pastel Xanthic is going to start getting into that high contrast black and white. There is no time that I can think of where pastel does not help Xanthic. I really am drawing a blank. I'm sure there's times out there where it doesn't help it, but man, I can't really think of any. Pastel goes with Xanthic like peanut butter goes with jelly. You know, you need it. You can make cooler stuff off of it. And we're going to show you some more examples of that as we go on. Put you back up. I'll take that. So that was the first one I want to show you. Let me come over here and I'm going to get another one. I'll bring it to the table. Kurt, you can follow me. Now this is when you start stacking in a whole bunch of stuff going on. And this is a pastel Krypton. This is also 100% het desert ghost. So what we really have here is a visual pastel, right? And this is 100% het clown and 100% het cryptic, which is an allelic combo, makes a Krypton. So you got a visual Krypton with visual pastel, and it really brightens up that Krypton, makes it look really nice, makes a head stamp. If we can, she'll show that to us. Look, really nice. Where's it at? There it is. So these things just look, to me, phenomenal. I don't think you can go wrong adding that into your Krypton stuff or your clown stuff. We'll show it to you with clown as well. Just a really nice overall clean look as this thing's gained in good weight. And it keeps a nice, cool, wonky pattern. All right, girl. She's not ready to breed yet, but we're going to get her there hopefully soon. Nope. Okay, let me make sure to mark any of those over here. I think I got to go clear over here to get your next one, so I'll be right back. Oh, of course. Now you're all angry. You were being such a sweetheart before. Yeah. one of my favorite things in the world, got a little piece of skin on you, girl. I'll get that off. To put pastel with is champagne. So champagne is another gene that never gets talked about much, and we're going to probably do one of these on it. Champagne is so overpowering, right? When you get pastel with it, it's going to do really cool stuff. I believe this is a champagne pastel yellow, but let me double check. Yep. So champagne pastel yellow belly in here. I believe it's also carrying a het, but really cool. You got a little bit of the extra mark on the tail, you know, so that's kind of awesome. I love the colors on these. I love how it gets, if you get just a straight champagne pastel, it's more of a digital camo look. The yellow belly is clearing up some of that, cleaning it up a little bit. But these are really good looking snakes. Champagne and pastel, another really good pairing to put together. Although everybody always asks, is there a snake that's always more angry? I'm like, not really. If I was going to ever suggest that there was one gene that was genetically disposed to be a jerk, I would say it's probably champagne. Whoa, girl, let's get you in there. Let's get you in there. Another one that I think works really well with pastel is clown. Clown works really well with it. I almost forgot about this one. We should show it off too for trying shed. Hey, it's not cool. We'll do one more over there. Clown and pastel. Clown browns out. Clown looks like ass. I don't know why everybody loves clown so much, because it just gets so dark. It tends to just not look great. When you put pastel with it, it holds its color, it holds its look, it looks a lot better, a lot nicer. Super pastel with these is especially awesome. So I think pastel should be in almost all of your clown projects as well. You know, people want to do xanthic clowns. They always brown out and look like total crap as they age. You add pastel in there, it's going to help that a lot. So again, this is one of those genes that we know it's going to darken. Did you just try to bite me? Is that what you just tried to do? Don't do that. We know they're going to darken up and look kind of eh. Adding that pastel, even though the pastel browns is going to help. Wow, you did. You just flew off the table trying to bite me. When you get one like this, just show it a hand. Tuck it in. I said tuck it in. Or don't tuck it in. We'll just cover that thing up. I'll calm it down a little bit. Bam, problem solved. So just a nice overall pastel clown. So this is how I like clown. You got to add that brightening gene to it. Come on, little one. All right, this is one of my favorite snakes from last season. I originally planned to sell it, and then I just said, you know what? Piss on that. I'm not doing it. I like it too much. I'm keeping it. So this thing is pastel, pinstripe, spider, SK xanthic, right? It is phenomenal. But if you were to strip the pastel from this, it is not going to look near as good. You know, if you only have pin and spider in that xanthic, it's going to darken so much. It's just going to kind of, it's not going to have this look. You're not going to get nearly the mileage out of it. So the pastel here is probably the second star of the show as far as making the snake pretty. First star being the xanthic, second star being the pastel, then the spider and pin doing equal jobs to get that pattern where we want it. And you get that really nice contrast. You know, you get the singular scale lines with that spinner, spinner being just a spider pinstripe combo. All of those things in there. So this is one of my all-time favorite animals I've ever made. Probably gonna get some flack from that because the spider people are gonna come out in droves. I don't really care. This thing is amazing. And again, not possible if you don't have that first base gene of pastel, right? You take the pastel out, not nearly as cool of an animal. So you really, really have to have that pastel in there. Anything you want to add about pastel?
Nope.
Caleb's over there cleaning, but he's half-assed listening. Anything you want to add about pastel?
Nope.
Do you think you should have it in your collection if you want to make pretty stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes with a lot of projects.
It goes good with a lot of projects.
Is there a super pastel?
There is a super pastel. You know what? I should have shown one of those, but I think they're all busy trying to do the old snake breeding thing. I'm pretty sure the male's out and about. Yeah, he ain't in there. He's with a chick. There is a super pastel. There's a homozygous form. That also goes really well with xanthic. Eventually, I want to super pastel this. I mean, This is how you get to your zebra bees. Calibes are beautiful. We had to pull one of those out, but it's in shed really bad right now. I don't want to pull it out in shed. It doesn't look its best. So it is just something that if you want to make pretty, this is what you need to have. Now, don't get my words twisted. I'm not saying the cornerstone of your reptile breeding facility should be pastel. Pastel should not be the cornerstone of your projects. I always will tell people, man, if you pick a gene you really like and truly focus on that for a lot of what you do, not everything, you need that variety. You know, for me, Xanthic is in a lot of our stuff because I really like it. It's not in everything. Pastel should not be that cornerstone. It doesn't need to be. There's enough out there, but you should have it. You should put it into your projects. You're going to make prettier snakes. Simple as that. And that's really what it's about, guys. Anything you want to add, Kurt? All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. We're going to slip off of here and slide into Patreon. And I don't know what we're going to talk about there, but it'll be something fun.